Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Division 4 recap. I'm here with Kyle Meir. We're going to
Hello.
talk about some games.
We are. So the most important game happens first.
Yeah, Moniker beat the bye. He did it.
Yay! I can't remember if something interesting happened here. Nope.
No, I couldn't tell anything interesting, at least from what Cyanide's showing me. Like the TD could have put something sweet on somebody. I think he said it didn't. The MVPs were great though. Mog and Benedict. That's like his two best pieces getting the MVPs from this. So the SPP probably actually went to the best places it could.
Fun fact: he somehow has 2 touchdowns, and one of those MVPs is just fucking wrong. It's 3. Benedict and Sid have touchdowns, and Sammy, the screwdriver, got an MVP, which is actually really good because I think he's a fresh guy.
No, so the Cyanide stuff tells you wrong. I asked Moniker, and it's Mog and Benedict got MVPs, and I think it's Harold got the touchdown. One of the yeah, the Cyanide menu for these admin concedes where we actually like roll who gets the MVPs and stuff ourselves. Those don't fucking work.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, it just tells you wrong. That's the thing that we should get for Rebel.net displays for these concede games.
Oh, that's right. Sammy the Screwdriver got kicked previously, and we know that he got that specifically for playoff contention rather than dirty player. So that's
no actual development this game, just good SPP and good places, and a free win, it turns out, is good.
Oh, hey, Jimmy the Jackhammer is our new blitzer. Neat.
That's a sweet one, yeah.
Yeah. I know he only bought the blitzer because he's trying to make a run, and we'll talk about that later. All right, back to our board. Now, no jokes this time. First game, Assault versus Jimmy. What happened?
Yeah. So Salt v Jimmy here. This is Jimmy 2 turning, and then Salt coming back and scoring again on his drive, despite some dispute on like 7 to 8. The ball touched the ground a bunch, and Salt got away with it anyway and scores on Jimmy's drive.
Doesn't seem
and
to
then
matter.
Jimmy's KOs just don't wake up. It's like a guard zombie and a guard white, and one of the wolves are down going into the second half, and it's just like Salt turning Jimmy's team into paste for 14 turns.
Yeah, 6 KOs, 7 injuries. I imagine there's a fair bit of fouling. 1 death sustain, but Rotter?
Yeah, I believe it's a Rotter.
Nobody cares then.
Yeah, no skill Rotter dies. Blodgegore gets guard. No skill zombie gets minus armor, so that guy's dead too.
Yeah.
Blodgewolf gets tackle. Rajgul gets strip ball.
Yeah, that seems legitimate. Like, that's how Jimmy builds them. Raj strip eventually gets tackled, but probably just gets dead. Having a wolf that has tackle is also really good. That seems actually that means he can finally fire his guy who just is a tackle white who has some horrible bust on him.
Yeah, all of his whites are in bad shape if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I think Jimmy is happy to walk away from this, and we're going to talk more about his team a little bit later. But next, Rusty v Havoc, the Orc off.
Yeah, some Orc off.
All right, we lose a death. Rip Hoops, you finally fucking died.
Rip Hoops died.
Yay. Yeah, I actually watched most of this one, despite the fact that I didn't remember that until just now. I specifically was watching for live hoop stuff. That was great. It was a whole bunch of orcs mashing into each other. Rusty played the agility orcs a little bit, and therefore was able to convert a point. I'll be honest, what I remember from watching this, I'm going to be about as polite but direct about it as I can. I think Havoc gave up a little too early on getting that ball. Like, I think there was a world in which he could have probably recovered it, but when he loses possession, like, you give up a little too easily, man. I think you could potentially stall this out to a 0-0 game. It would have been a hard win, but I think if you recovered it, there's not a whole lot Rusty could have done with there.
Yeah, that's sort of where it was. Like, Rusty got the ball away in the second half, and it's like Havoc didn't go after it.
That said, Havoc's block game is on point. 5 injuries from 52 blocks given up. That is solid. That is some orcs hitting other orcs.
I mean, it's what he does in these games where he decides he can't win. He just beats your team up. It's what he did. He like sort of let Rusty leave with like 3 guys in the ball and use the rest of his team to beat the remainder of the orcs up.
Oh yeah, and you killed Hoops. Much credit to you, Havoc, there. We have no Hoof
Now-
Zombie also, which is very important. Thank you for not killing him on a team that turns him into some kind of undead.
Yep. Now, one of the sergeants levels this game and gets stand firm, and one of the sergeants gets a niggle this game.
Well, that's Black Orcs, right? I don't know if he can keep that thing, because that's pretty bad, but...
Got block guard mighty blow. Now, I think that Rusty is well aware that there is like an entire another great orc team coming onto the player market at the end of this season, so he's probably just gonna ride this one out for the last game and replace him next season.
Yeah, that's right.
That would be my guess.
I remember it was Reblier, one of his own raised ones.
Was it Reblier?
It was in fact Reblier.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and Blobson, what did Blobson need? Miss next game? Yeah, miss next game.
Yeah, the rest of it's just next games.
Oh, god damn it. Hoops is fucking back as the king of vampires. God damn it. Of course he is.
In fact.
Now,
there is an interesting level on this team that Rusty hasn't chosen yet. One of his no-skill line orcs rolled plus agility.
Oh, yeah, I talked to Rusty about this. I mean, that could be a replacement for the thrower when that eventually dies, but, like...
That's his plan. If he takes agility, that guy's gonna become a thrower.
I don't know if that's good. I think that's really expensive.
He's faster than a thrower.
No, he is as fast as a normal thrower. His main benefit is the fact that he starts with AV8. So if he can make it to block, he has block, AV8, and Agi4.
I thought Orc Linos were AV9.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's Orc throwers that are AV8, and this one has an AV bust. So this thrower has an AV bust, and I think a niggle as well.
Got a niggle too.
Yeah, it does. Pulsepock is a great piece, and I think with Pulsepock on the team right now, Rusty has to either embrace the bloat here, which is not good for his playoff run, if that's a thing, and go for it, or...
I don't understand how having 2-4 agility receivers to go with Pulsepock is bad.
Oh, as a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Take the agility. You can throw to Decatrus. Decatrus is a good guy.
Exactly, right? Like, you kind of riding the snake on him, but he's AV9. He's not going to die fast.
Yeah, alright. I mean, he's got movement 5. Movement 5 is a little rough, but yeah, I've gotten there with Dwarf Blitzers and the throwing game. That seems fine.
Now, the alternative here is, like, just taking block, or, like, even saving it. He's, like, now, he's a cage corner that you can put towards the enemy all the time that can move.
I mean, you can also take kick here if you think kick is really important for your game plan. I don't know if it is.
I don't think it's great for his game plan.
Yeah, I think the agility is interesting enough, but I can understand thinking another way. Like, right now, the team value is actually not that trim because we've got 2 guys miss next game that are important pieces.
Right.
Okay,
right. Well, let's talk about the Chaos off.
First I want to mention...
kill any Chaos Warriors.
Well, first I want to see what Havoc got from that game, because he certainly broke a lot of people. I want to see if he actually got levels.
No, not really. I don't believe he got a single one, actually.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That is still just a really scary pile of orcs. Yep, that's scary.
I mean, the SPP went into giant piles of SPP, so...
Yep. Alright, let's see. You mentioned that our next game is what again?
It's Scholarly Gents versus Culinary Delights, Test Rails, and Troxbirds.
Oh, yeah, I caught part of this.
Only one of those is plural.
Troxbirds plural, Test Rail singular.
Only one Test Rail, yeah.
Well, we finally did it. We got our last level on Garotska, but it got an injury, a niggle, which sucks, but it has block finally, which is good.
Yep. He made it to block and got a niggle for his troubles.
You know what?
Now
you keep him.
There's some other sweet levels here. There's a sure hands block, 2-head scout that got extra arms, and Test Rail levels one of his block tackle Chaos Warriors, but he hasn't picked this level yet. So I don't know.
It has guard, which is nice. I mean, Mighty Blow is the obvious choice here, but you can take Stand Firm. That's pretty solid. Stand Firm tackle guy is just a really annoying man.
I think his team needs the Mighty Blow here.
Yeah.
That's me, though.
Yeah, let me have a quick look at both of these. What I remember of the match was it being kind of close. All right, I'm gonna look at Trox's team first, real quick.
Sure.
Yep, there's the killer that finally gets his level. Man, he's just had a lot of men get beat up, but
yeah,
it's doing well overall. It's tough.
He's sporting a lot of injuries now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the agility bust on that other beastman's okay. It's just one of those things where you can never quite give up these good pieces that have busts because you're an AV8 kill team that's very slow to develop.
Right. And then Test Rail has like the two newbie Chaos Warriors and then the 2 stars still.
Yep, but he's got a Chaos Warrior that has a level. I wonder if he got something interesting for it, and that's why he's waiting.
Maybe. Would you take a plus Agi on that guy? I don't think I would.
I'd absolutely take
Mighty
strength.
Blow.
I'd absolutely take movement.
Definitely.
He's a little developed for me to want to take agility because like Agi 4
Exactly.
Chaos Warrior is a thing, but you want it in like one of your first 2 levels so you can start taking stupid things.
Exactly that. I mean, you can get dodge for him sometime later or something, but like
if you're lucky enough to get the double.
Yeah. I don't really like Agi on Chaos Warriors unless it's like level 2.
Like the legendary leaping Chaos Warrior is of course a thing, but
yeah, certainly. Like you can roll one early, but even if you take Agi as their first level, you've turned them into a giant paperweight forever.
Yep. All right. Yeah, these Chaos are fine. I think I think there are a lot of good levels with that guy. He needs the Mighty Blow because he just doesn't have it aside from
exactly that.
But you know, Stand Firm is another thing that would be good there if you didn't desperately need Mighty Blow.
Pillars are great.
Yeah.
Agi 3 pillars are even better.
All right. Okay, so this is a game I need to talk about. I have not played against good vampire opponents. Shiggy both had vampires where his dice didn't explode, which is just one of those things that has to happen. He positioned very well and outblocked me like crazy, and AV9 just didn't get there. Like he hit me pretty hard with some KOs, and I took a lot of injuries because anytime a man went on the ground, his 16-man roster started fouling it. So
yeah, man,
I went.
It wasn't his blocks that got you; it was his fouls. You had almost twice as many blocks as he did.
Yeah, I also have never played against anybody that knows how to properly use hypnotic gaze, so I was having to deal with shaking that off in the next half. Let me tell you, that makes it a little awkward for sequencing counter blocks because you can either shake off hypnotic
It's like 4
gaze
blitzes every turn, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there just wasn't anything I could do to him that was particularly meaningful. Like, he played really well, and also his dice didn't explode. Like, I'd say other than that, our dice were fairly average, I guess. But, like, it was a case where Shiggy knows what he's doing. He is the kind of coach you need to have with Vamps. And his Vamps are far enough along the snowball, he just has the extra guys. So even if Bloodlust had ever gotten him badly hurts, he could have come back from it. He had just enough dudes on the pitch.
Yeah, he fielded 11 guys every single time he went to the bat. And like, yeah, let me mix my metaphors here. And then, like, you were down dwarves in the second half just to start, and you just couldn't compete with Agi 5 Vampire. You failed to pick the ball up on your drive, and he took it away from you.
Yep. I mean, specifically, he was able to put one of his vampires on the sideline, so I couldn't start the 2 move mini vamps, too few thralls snowball.
Yeah.
Like he
has a 16-man roster. He's ready for you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was able to hit some vampires, but nothing stuck. And
you removed like 8 guys or something.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. No,
it's just like it was a bunch of KOs. They come back.
Yeah, he
has 16 guys. It's not enough.
Like I fired my spare dwarf, but he just was willing to spend a little bit of cash on that because that gets you the win. It's worthwhile using your money, especially when you don't need to do your money anything else. Like you've got all the guys you need. So yeah, this is a real interesting clinic on how to vampire, and it certainly was nice to play against it. That said, this is vampires being about as real as they can ever get.
Yep. Okay, so there's some sweet diff from this game too. The double plus strength block vampire has dodge and is well on his way to being implacable bullshit.
Oh yeah, that thing is nasty. Like when I had a roller on the field, I could hit it. When I didn't have a roll on the field, I occasionally would roll a coin flip with the Troll Slayer, but that coin flip doesn't do a whole lot.
Yep.
I definitely occasionally put 7 dwarves around it, and, you know, double push, and then it just blitzes its way free and leaves.
Exactly. It's got 4 agility.
Yep.
Wrestle Thrall gets Finn, no skill Thrall gets Dirty Player, another no skill Thrall gets Dead.
Let me have a look at that. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at.
All life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hellboy's Kitchen was slow. Did I do that to him? I feel like I did that to him. No, it's not.
No,
it was already there.
That guy's been minus move for a minute.
Yeah, that's right, because he's not missing. Yeah, it's whatever. Like if he had a dead throw, it's already been fired and rehired.
Yeah, all your injuries were badly hurts, and then the dead Thrall.
Honestly, coming out of that game, I am just happy that I didn't lose any more dwarves, because I have 2 dwarves that don't have guard yet because of deaths, and the fact that I lost 2 guard off the pitch made the second half super awkward.
Exactly.
So, that is a game where I'm just kind of happy to walk away from it. What else is on our schedule?
I should point out, if you want to know how to play vampires, you should watch Shiggy's games. He's very good at it.
No, seriously, watch this guy. He knows what he's doing.
We need to get him on here to talk about vampires sometime.
Definitely. Speaking of people that know what they're doing, Thessa 2-0's the Grody Greens. I think I caught a little bit of this.
Oh man, this game was insane.
Oh wait, no, that was last night, and I missed it. What happened?
I didn't watch it live, but I watched the replay, and this is like the most razor riding elf stalling shit that you've ever seen. Like, Thessa gets blitzed on one, and like a Pestigore catches the ball, so he's like forced to basically take it and run with it. So by the end of turn 2, it's like on the Nurgle touchdown line.
Yeah, I see 6% occupation on own half. Yeah. He just 2 turns.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't do that either. It is obnoxious what happens in the second half too. But he still like delays until turn 7 for this, and then despite
this is
can't 2-turn.
This is his 68% occupation of the opponent's half, where he just takes the ball and stalls with it forever.
Exactly. He has the ball on like, what turn did I say? He has it like, he just like stretches out the Nurgle and is all in the cage, and by like turn 11 or something, he has it. Yeah, turn 11 is when we take it back. That said, Laz actually loses the removal war here, like pretty severely.
I was actually pointing that out because
the
thing about Thessa is a couple of guard and careful positioning means, again, we've said it before, he just blocks off your guys if he can position guard and make that happen, rather than making dodges, because it's a little safer, and does that, and it got him a lot of injuries here.
Yeah. So like basically in the second half, we have a Nurgle that can't make a cage because Thessa has Wizard Stadium.
Oh yeah.
So then there's elves in the cage, and the elves have strip ball, and then the ball's on the ground, and by 11 they abscond with the ball.
Yep.
And it becomes like Soka Wizard, and then delay again, and eventually they score on 16. Yep. Now, the score in the first half was actually pretty exciting, because Thessa delayed so long on the end zone line that the Beast of Nurgle was on the ball carrier.
So we have to push it off.
Agi 6 leap in and make a receiver in the end zone for a handoff.
Oh my goodness, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
I'm glad Wizard Stadium got to break out this game. What died? As I see Salt managed to kill a person.
An accurate thrower gets killed. One of the block Nurgle warriors levels and gets guard.
You know what? That is perfectly fine. Salt has some guard again, so you know what, Salt? Good for you. Guard. Yay. That's important for your future, because you are not out of it, buddy. And Thessa's also
you're not
out
friend.
of it.
You are not.
Actually, Thessa's locked in from this. Like this puts it away.
Yeah, this all but locks Thessa. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, though.
Anyway, we want to talk about some gains. I want to look at a number for this. 22 armor breaks to 11, 2 expulsions to 1 expulsion, The number I want to look at, can you guess what I'm looking at?
Is it the number of blocks total, which is 111?
Ding, 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 ding.
The 11st.
Yep. Bilbo Baggins is happy about this game of dwarves.
The devastation started early.
I think Tim is kind of happy that nothing... Well, I don't remember anything dying. Did anything die on him?
No, there's like actually no development in this game.
Yeah, just Arabi's dwarves get a lot of SPP spread out.
Yes.
And
it's exactly that. There's SPP everywhere, but nobody leveled.
And nobody wins either.
Nobody died either.
Nobody wins, nobody levels, nobody dies.
Yeah, this was like... Okay, so basically what I have written down is Tim has the like standard dwarven sideline offense, but he has that fucking gutter dwarf, so he just gets to leave on like turn 4, and then he scores on 5 because he left and can't protect the ball. And then it's 12 turns of Arabi or Robbieing Tim's team.
Yep. Speaking of, did he get any nice miss next games for our dwarf off that happens in like 2 hours?
Let me look. I'm not sure.
I'm scouting this because again, I'm playing Tim because he's gonna be out of town, so we already scheduled our match.
Yeah, that's happening shortly. Yeah, so Troll Slayer is missed next game.
I vaguely remember that. Thanks, Arabi. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make the moniker statement and say you're my best friend, but you did me a solid. Thank you for that. I swear there's some dwarves in here. I'm just not.
Yeah, many dwarves. But yeah, this was just like dwarves punching other dwarves for SPP. This was like, I think this is just what they do every Thursday to practice or something.
Accurate. Yeah, okay, he's missing a Troll Slayer. I guess I could fire an unskilled Lino to drop under his TV, but that would also put me down to 12 versus 12 in our even roller bribe off. I don't know.
Oh man, he is like so afraid of your block roller, man.
I mean, I'm gonna be hitting his men, hitting as many of his men as I can. Especially
you guys both have bribe stadiums, right? So
yeah.
Matter. Okay.
We're gonna be getting a bride stadium, and that said, he can buy a 13th guy if he really wants to. But if he does that, he doesn't get a babe. But if he doesn't buy a 13th guy, I can theoretically score in the first half and get the roller sent off. Things that you think about in a dwarven mirror match. Let me tell you.
I think he should induce a chainsaw.
That would take all of his money. All right. Anyway. Oh, wait. That was the last game. Let's talk about teams, because we did say we were going to have a look at... oh, yes. Standings first.
Oh, yeah, let's go look at Jimmy's team. I want to talk about Jimmy's team.
Let's talk about Jimmy's team, because Jimmy is not in contention. He has just been spending this team on development, and it's paid off for him, I want to say. So they are thick, rich, and creamy, because cheese is fantastic. And his ghoul is back to being wrestle strip, gonna get tackle eventually. His other ghoul is, well, it eventually wants to get blocked. Maybe some sure hands. I don't know. Maybe some tackle. Let's see. Speaking of tackle.
Yet another no doubles on his wolf. He's still trying to find a replacement.
Yep. Oh, hey, his white is missing this game. Is it just an extra miss next game? Okay.
Yeah, just a miss next game, but that guy is niggled.
Yep, that thing needs to die, but he has some tackle here. He will eventually have some tackle on one of these guys.
It's so tough. Both of these whites are so tough to keep.
Yeah, like the other guy is guard, but it's not super mobile guard because it lost movement, and that's rough. Yeah, I don't know. It's about to level, but that never did happen. So.
I mean, that guy's been 30 out of 31 like all season.
Yeah.
Gotta get that vanity pass, man. Give up a reroll. It's okay.
I don't know about giving up a reroll. He's riding a lot of money.
To make the vanity pass, like it's okay.
I am interested to see if he's managed to buy anything in the mid-season, because like I'd buy whites on this team. Like you don't desperately need to buy wolves, but like you're willing to shoot your whites and buy better, or just like trade them off. And I mean, I don't think anybody's taking these broken whites, but like I'd trade these whites in for a fresh guard white. I trade these whites in for a fresh tackle white.
I bet NPA would buy this niggled white.
Yep. Might even buy the minus movement one. We'll see.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it depends on what there is for undead pieces, but that's certainly what he's doing. Look at this 240k with a game to play.
Yeah, like, I'll be perfectly honest, Necro is the most popular thing in REL, and while Necro coaches don't seem to re-roll a whole lot, there's got to be something.
Oh yeah, there's certainly some pieces. There's got to be.
I
doubt there are any Flaloms because they just die in REL for some reason.
And that is the center of his team. These things are amazing.
Yes, they are. Cherish them forever.
And these wolves are fine. Like, they have Blodge, both of them, again, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, like, both of them again. You really want that Mighty Blow Wolf, though. It's such an extra dynamic for the team.
It's true. I mean, really, I would also just buy any guard zombies that are on the market. Like, just all of them, and forever.
Like, it might... Unless there's like a sweet one to buy on the market, it might be time for Peristilton to die.
Oh, because it doesn't have Mighty Blow at this many levels in. I could see it, but I also can see the fact that
when you're still fishing for one.
So I wouldn't kill Peristilton unless you were able to get tackle somewhere else, and that's just real important because there's no tackle on this team otherwise aside from that white you're probably selling.
White, yeah.
So
that's like so fragile.
Yeah, like that white is fragile, so like do you just buy a new white that has tackle? Maybe guard tackle white, guard mighty blow white, or mighty blow tackle white? Like that's the thing that you do. At any rate, he has a lot of money, and I suspect he's going to get his bids in.
You know, this is totally a play at the player market. I haven't talked to him about what he's looking to buy, but he probably wouldn't tell me anyway if I was going to say it out loud.
Mm-hmm. So that's fair. At any rate, I think Jimmy has gotten what he needed out of this season, which is to develop and recover his team from the murder of his wolves. But
yeah, exactly. Rip Hannibal Barker.
Yeah, strength, agility, wolf, too good for this world.
It was too good for this world.
Yeah. It was one of the cast that got him, I believe. So it was a bolt that killed him, because bolts do that.
It was a bolt while he had the ball at the end zone, if I'm not mistaken.
That is, in fact, true. Alright, so let's have a look at our leaderboard, because we have Laz locked in.
Yeah, let me expound about the leaderboard for a second. He is all but locked in, yes. Gotta have at least a 4-point shift in touchdown differential from Salt. So like it's huge and it's gonna be real hard. That said, Moniker's spot's kind of looking iffy now that both Salt and Rusty won.
Mm-hmm.
It's Moniker's got 1 extra point over Salt, who has 1 extra point over Rusty, but they're all fighting for the same spot.
If one of them wins and the other 2 lose, that person is going to the finals.
Accurate. Yeah, Laz is like locked up in first place, like out of reach with 31 points now because he's got his bye week next week. Like, so he just gets next week for free.
The one that I'm not sure of, Salt loses, Rusty wins, Moniker ties. Moniker wins on TD differential, right?
I actually haven't looked. Let me look.
All right, I'm gonna quick look at.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. Rusty has 1 to Moniker's 6, so it's like a huge difference.
So Moniker wins on TD differential if they're tied on points, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So Moniker has to lose and Rusty has to win for Rusty to get it over Moniker.
Yeah.
And Salt
Salt can win to take it from a tie.
Yep. Salt can win to take it from a tie just on points. And Salt has to do better than tying if Rusty wins. All right, well, who are they against? Let's have a look at the
I have to look at this.
All right, let's see. We have...
So Rusty gets Salt, right? That's Nurgle's FTD.
Well, he's fighting him for the spot, so that is actually the game to watch here. Moniker gets Solid Gentleman's Test Rail, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, okay. They're going to be able to induce something. Probably
It's
Borak.
A lot. It's like a lot of points. Yeah, Tesrael tends to take Borak when he has that many inducements from what I've seen, but
which makes
their
sense.
own.
I mean, Borak is not exactly super efficient as far as pieces like that go, but he does need like leveled beef. That is a thing you
He's
want.
a big block mighty blow man. Like, he's good.
We just talked about the need for mighty blows on that team, so yes, that's the thing you want. So the game to watch this next week is going to be Rusty versus Salt, because if Rusty wins, well, one of them is Thessa.
I mean, I just want to see how Thessa's team comes out of that.
That's certainly true.
That's a grinder he has to go through right before the playoffs.
Oh yeah, and as we've established, Havoc knows how to block. That's going to be rough.
Exactly.
Let's see. Speaking of playoffs and grinders, who's Laz up against?
He gets the bye this week.
Well, isn't that nice?
Oh. Who he gets in terms of who he plays, because he gets to play the Stunty Cup champion.
Man, Laz is getting set up for a run. He gets a bye into the Stunty Cup champ, which is... Who is that goblin guy? Ravenpoe?
It's almost certainly Ravenpoe's goblins, who I play this Sunday with my Chorfs. So I'm going to try and rough him up for you a little bit.
Yeah. Have a good one, Laz. That is a run to go into. Yeah, okay. And then we have the Dwarf off, which we've established that that's going to be a thing. Tim and I both like math. Tim literally taught me how to play dwarves, so
the dwarfening begins here, like, basically when we get done recording. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. Robbie gets to go against Trox. Trox gets to see if he comes out of this division broken or not, but, you know, he's been working hard at recovering.
Keep the Warriors alive.
Yep. And, let's see.
Save the Chaos Warriors, man.
So, basically, because it's actually, what Moniker wants is for Rusty and Salt to draw. Because if they draw, then he can just...
they eliminate each other.
Yeah, they eliminate each other, and he can just draw to win. Exactly. If one of them actually wins, then he needs to win his game.
Exactly that. Well, he can draw his game to beat Rusty, as you said.
Yeah, but he can't draw his game to beat Salt.
Yeah. So Moniker's got the sweats for his game, certainly. He has all week. He came to this realization at some point in the middle of last week, and he has had the sweats for his game because he's been having to wait to even see his bye results.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So such it is. This is going to be a good week of games, I suspect. Everybody wants it.
I mean, the least interesting games are Dwarf Off, probably is the least interesting thing, but let me tell you, I enjoy that. I would not be playing Dwarves if I didn't enjoy this sort of match, and neither would Tim. So that's going to be fun. And, of course, the fight for survival versus Arabi, which, you know, for both coaches in that, I'm sure they're going to have a great match. This has been a fun div, and then we've got a whole bunch of games where the result is pretty huge. Oh, right, we also have Jimmy versus Vampires. Yeah, good luck, Jimmy. Shiggy knows what he's doing, so if you get styled on, I've been there, buddy. That is,
it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop vampires when they make all their rolls.
It's also hard to stop vampires when they've got Agi 5 Hypno Gaze or Strength 6. Those things are scary.
A thing to know about Hypno Gaze is it is affected by tackle zones, so if you stack your guys up, it makes the ones hard to Hypno Gaze in the middle.
Mm-hmm. But, sometimes that's just not good enough.
Yeah, no, sometimes you don't have 13 pieces or whatever.
If I were able to field 13 pieces in Blood Bowl, I could maybe even win with halflings.
That's what I'm saying, is it's like real hard to position against vampires with only 11 because you need to like deal with his line, with your line, and hold the ball and maybe protect the ball. And oh, I need to screen for these Hypno Cases too. What's going on?
That said, there is no Blighty Blow on that team. There is no guard on that team. So for all that I had a lot of AV9 breaking, at least none of my dudes died. So at least it's not that bad of a game for you, Jimmy. You get to beat on some thralls. You get to not get hit by Mighty Blow, which that's got to be nice. So, yeah, you know, those are our games this next week. Our teams are coming out of this division remarkably unbroken, considering. Like, yeah, our 2 Poor Chaos are still pretty beat up, but they're not in a position where it's like you want to re-roll. It's just a position where
nobody in this div wants to re-roll.
It's just all solid teams. Like,
I think that's fantastic for this division too. That it was such a grinder. Like, Look, everyone, this is the division that you're all afraid of. It's full of Nurgles and Chorfs that literally just want to kill you, and
orcs and dwarves.
And all of these other horrible things, and these clawed werewolves and shit, and everyone's team is fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got some perms on them. You occasionally have some people that are rebuilding a positional or two, but it's not so bad.
It builds character.
Let me tell you, I'm interested to follow those Nurgle in the playoffs, because that's a heck of a start of going bye week into stunty guy. I mean, it's probably just going to be hilarious, and maybe the Goblins fire on all cylinders. That would be funny, too. But either way, I want to watch that game.
I'm pretty sure that Disturbing Presence affects throw teammate, right?
It is a throw roll. That is the thing.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah. We also potentially have a chance to send in double Nurgle, because Salt has a perfectly solid chance of getting in. And credit to Salt, he seems to have gotten back on the horse, and good on you, buddy. Don't let Tilt get you.
He wants it. He wants it real bad.
Good. That makes this interesting. I mean, Rusty, you're a friend. I'm not rooting against you, but I am rooting for a good game.
Oh, I think it's going to be a great game no matter what.
And Rusty really wants it badly.
Oh, yeah.
So
Rusty's come to realize that his buddy Moniker has to lose for him to get his playoff spot, so it's going to be a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory for him, even if he gets it.
Mm-hmm. Salt doesn't care either way, so he doesn't have
exactly. Salt is out for it. He wants the spot.
Yeah. So let me tell you, if you really want Moniker to have that spot, Rusty, you got to play for the tie. And that's
oh man, isn't that the best?
Yeah. And Rusty's got too much pride. He's gonna play to win.
No, there's no way Rusty will play for a tie.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to this next week. Even the part where I play let me revise that. Especially the part where I play a Dwarven Mirror match after I go eat some food.
Yeah.
Because in the Dwarven Mirror match, I don't think I outguard him. I do have one more spare than he does. He gets to induce a babe unless we start playing the higher fire game. And, I mean, if he wants to really hire a 13th dude and give me the babe, please, by all means. I actually gotta check, is he floating a giant pile of cash? Nope, we're both floating 150.
Yeah,
Wait, that's me. Sure I looked at my own team. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? That's dwarves.
That's also dwarves. He only has 110. This is great.
Such
yeah.
It is.
All right, did we want to watch the game?
Oh, we might skip that this time.
Yeah, all right. I think that's us for Division 4. This is a neat little end to this. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes next season because, yeah, we're kind of high up there, but, a bunch of us were fresh teams when we got thrown in here. So I wonder if they're going to shuffle and split things up to maybe have a division that's a little less lopsided, or maybe not.
We'll see. I don't know. You guys are 2-season teams now.
It's certainly true, and the giant pile of SPP on all the dudes certainly has given everybody in this division some character.
AV9 Thick Skull lets you keep it around real good.
Mm-hmm.
So does AV9 Regen and just general AV9.
Yep. And then you have the Claw in this division making it not care, and also the Wood Elves in this division that firmly locked in their playoff spot, barring, I'm going to say it right here. Havoc, if you take that playoff spot from Thessa, that would be an amazing thing. I think you have to win 4-0. That is possible. That could happen.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if the touchdown differential favors Elves a little too much. I wonder if we should use a point system or something that counted Kaz too.
I had a long conversation about it this week. I think the conversation basically came down to the fact that there's no real great tiebreaker. And we're just, you want things to not come down to tiebreakers. And thankfully,
exactly.
It seems like people are trying to play to win, so they're not coming down to tiebreakers in cases where they can't. Because 3-1-0 means you gotta play to win.
Yep, well, that's all I've got for you guys in Div 4 this week. Alright, well, I've been Randomus Namus.
Still Calmir.
And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.